Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this will be part two on this 2015 Dodge Durango with a no start condition. For those that don't know the history of this, I already did the diagnosis, and that will be uh, not really even. I don't think I even named it part one, but I will put the link on the description below. So if you want to see that part, which is actually really interesting, is right there. So we got it. This is OEM from from the dealer. So let's see what they send because sometimes you can replace the module with the whole pump and everything, and sometimes they send just the module. So let's see what we got for the weight. I don't think it's the whole thing. So, and that's why you need to wait for this before you take anything apart, because then it will be two different ways of remove and install. Yes, as I said, it's just the actual module with four screws. Yeah, that's it. So I have all data up and running with the removal of this, and ask you to get the battery cable, the battery negative cable disconnected, which is under the passenger side seat. Um, Things that you need to be careful with is this shaft. Make sure that you take the whole module out before you can do any turn, because otherwise you will bend these pins, these contacts, and it will damage the module itself. Make sure that no debris or anything gets in there, and that's why this cover is here. So try to keep it as much as possible here. That will protect the new one. Again, I had the cable disconnected, so I'm not sure how much you will be able to see from this angle. I'm putting you guys on the boom today. No matter what, I mean the module is right in here. Unless I remove that, you might be able to see something. Let me take a look and see how much labor will get me to remove that. All right, that's just the plastic cover. Yeah, no, well, maybe this gets you a little more um, of an image of what is happening in there. Yeah, that might be not so bad. Got the camera again in the boom, and it's a little hard for me to see the whole picture. So I think that's not such a bad angle, right? I'll make sure that we're not going to be in your way or you on my way. All right, so I think that's good enough. Obviously, we need to unplug the connector. And it's a little hard to see. The angle is weird. Okay, just push it with a um, pocket screwdriver. It's coming out without really moving the connector. Remember, I took this apart, so probably I didn't put it correctly in the actual plastic part. So I have to double check that. It is locking. And I'm gonna have to remove that Christmas tree pin here. It goes over to one of the ABS sensors. It's just super short. It's like no slack in there. Hmm. Yeah, it's moving perfect. Well, these tabs are like not holding, and that's why this is moving. As the tabs are there, I even didn't remove the hole. Okay, now it's locked. It's just a little clips to hold that in place. Uh, I didn't show you what all that I show, so let me stop the video 1 second so I show you that. All right, sorry for the interruption. So it says to remove the 8-bit module retaining the screws. I don't know why this is on here. Remove and isolate the negative battery cable. Remove the air cleaner body. Disconnect the HCU electrical connector. Retaining the screws. When removing the ABS module from the ECU, be sure to completely separate the two components. Approximately 1.5 inch straight out before moving it to the side. Otherwise, damage to the pressure sensor or pump motor connection might result requiring to replace the whole thing. All right. Do not touch the sensor terminals on the module or the contact pads might result in contamination and issues in the future. Pull the ABS module straight out to the brake lines for move towards the outside of the vehicle, then forward and around the brake lines. All right, so this line is the one that's going to be a little bit on the way. And I'm going to show you since I'm grabbing the phone. So this is the line that is kind of like in the way, but we'll see. All right, so let me get you back in the tripod, I mean in the boom. Sorry, it's not really much to see there with that thing on the way, but it will take me, a lot of work to remove that, and I don't really want to do that. I don't think it's going to be so critical. I'm actually removing the screws, the new ones, to see what kind of fastener I need to use. There's definitely a torque 20. So it's a T20 torque. And everything is on the way here. I mean, it looks pretty simple. Reading the manufacturer recommendation, and all it does shows is to do a initiation of the ABS after you install the new one. Get a mirror to see where the last one is. I need to use something else because this one is a little too bulky. Got some in here I can use with a different tool. Show you in a second. Just a bit. So this is what I'm going to use. I think that will work a lot better. Use a mirror to see where it is. And I just move it. Unless it's loose, let me just use the bead by hand. I think I have it. Yeah, there can be removed with a magnet, so let's grab that one. Got it. hmm So if it's inch and a half, I got like at least 2 inches in there. So let's go straight and now to the side. Yeah, no problem. And this is the old part. As you can see, nothing is bent. All is good. So we're gonna put this on the old one. Put it right here. And now let's get the new one in place. Yes, be careful with that connector. Gonna use a mirror to see what I'm doing because we don't want to bend that. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, all good. Let's put the upper ones, the upper screws. Meantime, I'm going to turn my scanner on so it boots. Trying to get the screws out of the bag. All right, scanner is turning on. I'm gonna use the bead first to do it by hand. Make sure they're aligned. Just to snug it by hand. The bottom ones are going to be the one, especially that inside one. Hard to see. So let me use a magnet. I might be able to just go like this with a magnet and put them in place. What is that mirror? Okay, it's in place. That wasn't so bad. And where I put the bit? Right here. Perfect. A bit too long for here. The ratchet tool. I'm telling you, even putting the camera right here, you guys would not be able to see anything. It's not enough room for my hands and a camera here. I just hit the ratchet again for the wrong position. And the last one. I like this one because you can, change the angle. Got this one from Cornwall. Okay, all tied up. Let me just read quickly the installation procedure. If it's anything important, I'll get you guys here, but just please bear with me. Installation. If the is replaced, it must be initialized using the scan tool. When installing the ABS, be sure to properly align the ABS module and the ECU so the sensor terminals do not touch other parts. Reconnect the electrical connector, install the battery terminal, install the air cleaner, connect the scan tool, initiate the ABS module, performing the ABS verification test. All right, so nothing important in here. Let me go and connect the battery. That's what I got the doors open here. This is something quick, so I'm not gonna show connecting a battery. All right. Module is connected. Now let's connect the scanner, and I will get you to see the initiation. Right, the ignition is on. Let me take the camera and get you guys with me on the scanner. Wait for the module to communicate with the scanner. Okay. Auto detect. Chrysler. Stand alone. We don't need to put any repair orders or anything in here. Yes, that's the correct bin. Correct card too. Let's go over to the ABS first. Before we didn't have communication, this is already a good sign. We got plenty of good communication, and then we got to do a special function, ABS initialization. Sure the vehicle is stationary on level ground, the wheels are straight, and the brake pedal is released. Make sure the wheels are straight. Yes. All right. So ESP sensor initialization complete. Please continue. Start your sensor calibration. Place your vehicle station, blah, 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 in level ground. Just follow the prompts on this, calibrating the sensor. Engine ignition on, engine off. Yes. Will be deleted. Please cycle the ignition. Press OK to complete. Let's cycle the ignition one more time. Okay. Clear and rolls information. Engine must be not running. Correct. That was a little weird. Brake pedal calibration. Set the bin. You can use this function to read and write the bin. This function is only supporting new ECUs. Let me see that. This bin is valid. Press OK to change the bin. No, the bin is actually valid. I don't need to change it, so it was done. Let's see if we have any codes. No codes. I gotta get out of here, and I want to do a full scan to erase the rest of the codes, because obviously before we have, a bunch of modules saying that ABS was not communicating, and we want to make sure that the ECM and the BCM now can talk to it. So let's do a quick full scan. I'm not gonna start a car without a filter. I mean, no matter what, there's actually no sensor in there, no debris or anything that I can be worried about it. So I can put a filter after just to make sure it's starting, which is a complaint. I really like this Autel Ultra. It's really, really nice. So let's do a quick erase. Beautiful. We should have most of them on green now because a lot of the problems that we were experiencing, it was just the ABS no communicating. So my main concern, BCM and PCM again, or BCM and ECM, because this one has a transmission control module, what it looks like it. Radio has a code. I cannot care about that. All right, so looks like it's all good. Now let's just stay there. Let's moment of truth. Let's just start this baby. And yes, sir. Engine is running good. We can see RPM and no lights, just the way I like it. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel and for all the good wishes having me back. I know it's been really slow for everybody, but just stay safe, be safe, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.